It's Monday the 28th of October, just north of Malali, near the Four Ways crossing. There's a bit of wheat here. It's probably about, I don't know, 5-7 days off at the most. Driving out here, it's a lot of lighter country on the Kauai Road. It's so poor, there's just nothing left on the grazing country. And I suppose at the end of the day we're probably pretty lucky to be getting anything off a lot of this wheat country. I just rubbed some of this out. It's obviously done it pretty tough, but you can see there's quite a bit of small grain in there as well. It's probably going to screen out pretty badly, maybe 15%. Anyway, I'll keep going down. I'll head down towards Tambar Springs from here and have a look around down there. But yeah, we should be seeing wheat off from around here probably the end of this week. Just north of Malali still, at a property called Gunnedah. It's got durum wheat, barley, faba beans and canola out here. It's been into a few faba beans, but about to start on some barley today, and probably getting some wheat and the canola after that. I'll just rub some of this out and have a look at this. It's a bit of durum wheat. Well, this is the sample I just rubbed out of this bit of durum here. It's got a few screenings in it, but you can see the protein's going to be fairly high in it too. It does feel a little bit wetter than the other sample I just rubbed out. Probably a few less screenings in this too, but you can still see there's going to be a few there. As a percentage, you'd only be guessing and say between 5 and 10, but we'll go and have a look at this canola across the channel here. We're in this canola. It doesn't look too bad. He's not got a windrow, he's got pod stick on, so he's going to direct head it. Yield wise, I don't know, it's hard to say, but it doesn't look too bad. Probably 0.7, 0.8 to the acre, around there somewhere. Maybe a little more in places. I'm just north of Malali at Kenton Shaw's place. He's been into a bit of barley here. It looks pretty good, really. The screenings aren't anywhere near as bad as what I thought they'd be. Good colour. I don't know what the weight's like, but the grain looks fairly good, so I can't see why it'd be a problem. I'll keep moving on. Just south of Malali now, on the Tambar Springs Road. Crops look pretty much the same. There's a few crops now that are sort of 2 weeks away. There's a few crops that are probably only a week away, like this one. The crop across the other side of the road isn't looking anywhere near as good as this. We'll have a look at that in a sec. It looks like it's probably 2 weeks later, just the way it's maturing. I'll rub some of this one out and see what it looks like. Well, no sort of surprises here, apart from, I don't know, the screening's maybe a little bit better than what I've been looking at in the other ones, but yeah, I don't know, it's still fairly damp. By the time it dries up it'll probably pinch off a little bit more, but you can see by the colour that the protein's going to be fairly good in it, as you'd expect. But anyway, we'll go across the road and have a look at this other crop. Now, this is quite poor, obviously, you can see it. It's representative of maybe 10% of the crops that I've seen. You know, anything that appears to have been planted late or double cropped or just not in ideal conditions is really suffered this year. And this is the result, you know, maybe half a tonne to the acre. It looks like it's just basically dying, not ripening, so probably a screenings issue in there as well. Righto, we're still just south of Malali on the LK road. Looks like another field of durum wheat here. It's all its leaves are just dead. It looks like it's just died more than ripened. You get the odd green pocket in it still, so it's probably still a couple of weeks away from harvest. Rubbing the sample out, it's still too green to rub out properly, but yeah, the screenings don't look as bad in this one as what it did in the other ones, but you probably can't tell until it's dried down a bit more. Some huge cracks in the ground here. There's zero moisture left in it, which makes you tend to wonder exactly how much rain we'll need to plant sorghum. I don't think anything less than 2 or 3 inches is going to make much difference. Looking through the crop, you see the odd white head as well. Just pull straight out. Nothing in it. Makes you wonder exactly what the yield's going to be when you start seeing things like that. Yeah, there could be 20 or 30% losses in here, and you just won't be able to tell until you get the header in. So I don't expect the horror stories to stop at Moree or the south with the frosting. Just here at Gambar Springs at Tivoli, a field of chickpeas. First chickpea paddock I've seen today. Looks like it's got plenty of pods on it too. About knee high, my knee anyway. Flies are pretty crook. Peas look pretty small. There's more there than what I thought there would be there. Good colour. Good quality chickpea. Just a little bit small. As for a yield, oh geez, always hard to pick, but I don't know. Probably about the same as what the canola's going out here at the moment. We'll go and have a look at his wheat. Just still at Tivoli overlooking the durum wheat. Looks like there's a bunch of emus out in the middle there. I'll get down in it and have a look at it. We're down in this field of durum now, having a better look at it. You can see once you get into it, it's a lot thinner than what it looks from a distance, and also a lot of dead heads in there too. Similar to what we were seeing there at a few of the other fields. Pinched up, dead grains. Geez, looking out across it, you'd have to say that 10 or 15% of them at least look like that. The heads, I mean. Taking that into account, you'd have to put the yield, I don't know, somewhere around 1.2 to the acre maybe. It depends on how bad that damage is. You can see that there's large pockets of it, so it's not going to be pretty. Just the other side of the Durham paddock we were just looking at a minute ago. And the same thing through here, the yield looks a little bit better, but there's still a large number of the whiteheads in there with nothing in them, or very little in them. You can see them through the paddock quite easily. Anyway, I'll head off, see what else I can see.